Good evening, bonsoir. Bienvenue à la séance ordinaire publique du 15 avril. Welcome to the regular public meeting on April 15th. I apologize, I have laryngitis. I will wear a mask. Ms. Parker will be doing most of the meeting today, but I'll ask everybody to rise for the national anthem. On va aller à Conseiller Leblanc pour la reconnaissance territoriale.
Merci, Madame la mairesse. Nous reconnaissons avec respect l'emplacement de la ville de Bathurst en tant que terre ancestrale du peuple Micmac. Aujourd'hui, ces terres sont hôtes d'une population diverse, comprenant personnes natives du territoire et d'autres patries. Nous reconnaissons aussi avec respect l'histoire et les diverses cultures du peuple Micmac de la région. We respectfully acknowledge the city of Bathurst as the ancestral homeland of the Micmac. Today, these lands are home to a diverse population of indigenous and other peoples. We also acknowledge with respect the diverse histories and cultures of the Micmac in this region.
Merci. Madame Parker, je vous donne la parole.
Item 2, adoption of the agenda. That the agenda be approved as presented.
I'll need a mover and a seconder. All right, so we'll go with Councillor Branch as a mover and Councillor Knowles as a seconder. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Item 3, declaration of conflict of interest. There were no conflicts of interest declared. Item 4.1, adoption of minutes, regular public meeting held on March 18th, 2024. That the minutes of the regular public meeting dated March 18th, 2024 be approved as circulated.
I'll need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Councillor LeBlanc, seconded by Councillor Legacy. Are we ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Item number 5, consent agenda. There was no items. Moving on to the public and administrative presentations. Item 6.1, 2024 Hospitality Days by Mike Doucette.
Mr. Doucette, the mic is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having us back. I just wanted to give an update. Obviously, we're here for the $25,000 disbursement from the hotel levy for this year's Hospitality Days. So I wanted to just, before we discuss it, give a little summary on where we stand and what we have in store for everyone this year. So we have obviously some big news. The biggest news is we've got the Bare Naked Ladies coming to town. So that was quite an achievement. And the original sticker price on that band would have made, I'm sure, a lot of people turn away, but we worked with them and we were able to find ways of cutting the cost, and it was still very expensive. I think we're over around $300,000 on bands this year, which is 2.5 times what we spent last year, which was a big increase from years past. So it's a massive number for bands this year, and obviously with Bare Naked Ladies, Tim Hicks, we've got really great bands coming. So it's going to be a very good evening, a very good weekend for a lot of people. Another big change for this year is there were a lot of requests for us to expand the age bracket. So this year here, we're going to have a 13-plus event. So anybody the ages 13 and above with a age of majority additional person, parent, guardian, can come in. So we have rules in place. We're going to have things a little bit tighter this year. We're going to have a lot of rules posted. We have a different security company. I can go over that in a few minutes, but we want to open the show up to people from 13 plus, and on the Saturday evening, we are fully expecting to have 5,000 plus people take part in that event. So some exciting things that we have going on for this year. We have a contest on CTV. It's going to be broadcast on the Live at 5 starting May 27th to May 31st. During that show, there's an average of 250,000 viewers. So Bathurst is going to be on Live at 5. It's going to be a wonderful contest. The criteria was, obviously, it had to be an event that was worthy of getting on there, a newsworthy event. And there was a $2,500 prize giveaway criteria that we had to meet as well. So we are giving 2 super passes for the 3 evenings. We're giving 3 nights at Best Western. We have VIP access to all of the events for the week. We have a $250 gas card, $200 certificate for food at District Burger, and $500 in cash. So combined, it's a $2,500 contest. And like I said, it's going to be on Live at 5 starting May 27th to May 31st. So that's an exciting one for the festival as well. And the next kind of funny one that's intended to be humorous is we actually, with the sponsorship of Le Cave Media, we worked out a deal with Le Cave Media again this year. They did great for us last year. And this year they wanted to kind of take it another step above. So they produced a TV commercial for us. There's going to be many different versions of it because we obviously did 4 or 5 different scripts, but the TV commercial is limited to 15 seconds, so we had to just kind of do the bare minimum one to get the point across and to get it out there. So there was some really good ideas put forward, and they really did a great job for us. I mean, it's obviously low budget. It's just a quick and easy one, but it went to Bare Naked Ladies for their approval. Everything has to go to their house for approval, and they commented back on how much they liked it. So I'm sure they see a lot of those things, and for them to comment back that it was well received was really great news for us. So this commercial will be broadcast through all the Atlantic provinces, the Atlantic provinces, I would say. So it's a 15-second commercial. There's going to be 86 commercial airings in total, and their estimated viewing is 180,000 viewers per showing. So it is another one that's going to have a big impact. It's going to be great exposure for Bathurst. It's going to be all over the place. So with the Live at 5 contest and the TV commercials, I mean, Bathurst is going to be out there heavily. So I can show the commercial. I don't know if everybody's seen the commercial or not, but we do have it up here. So I can play it. It's not long. It's only 15 seconds.
I gotta tell everybody about this. Did you know they have 30 full nights of shows? Did you hear about Bare Naked Ladies are coming? We gotta find more people.
So it's just a humorous little commercial, but it's going to get the word out. There's no doubt about that. In addition to the TV commercial and the contest, I'd like to add also we have 48 separate distinct events this year. So that's an increase from last year. The one thing that we wanted to do, which was achieved, was we wanted more events for seniors and more events for children. So we have 9 events that are definitely catered around and great for seniors to take part in. And we have 5 separate children's events this year. So there's going to be a lot for people to go see, all ages. We added the Legion this year, which we're happy about. So the Legion is getting involved with us, and they have activities planned as well. So if we're discussing the hotel levy, we were lucky enough to have somebody, I think Kelly from Best Western did a survey for us and got us some numbers of the status of hotel sales. And this was at the very end of March, so the beginning of April. And at that time, we were over 90% sold out in hotel rooms across Bathurst. So this is 4 months ahead of an event. So if the intention is for tourism, we're 4 months ahead of the event, and now we're April 15th. I'm sure it's in the high 90% sold out. So that's another positive thing. So there's going to be a lot of traffic in town at the time. We are requiring, I think we're definitely going to require dry camping. So we're in the middle of trying to find a good location for that as well. So that's going to bring a great number of additional people into town to see the events. The other thing that's noteworthy is the change in the fireworks this year. So last year, I think I've spoken to a few people about this, but last year we had our fireworks on the Sunday evening at the end of the festival. That was wonderful. It's a nice way to tie it off. The only downside of it was, it's great. We have 15,000, 20,000 people downtown. It was jam-packed. It was a great show. It was a beautiful fireworks. But when it's over, the city doesn't get to take advantage of it. The businesses don't get to take advantage of it. So everybody just kind of hops in their car and they're gone home. So this year here, we switched things around. We're having the block party on the Friday evening, the weekend before, to start up the festival. On the Saturday evening, we are going to test the fireworks. So we're going to do the fireworks on the Saturday evening. That way there, when the fireworks is done, town is moving. We, instead of doing a pub crawl this year, where it's limited to a certain number of bars, and then you had a few bars that were not pleased that they were not able to take part. Maybe they were a little too far off the route. But this year here, we went and spoke with every bar owner in town, and we have them listed. They're going to be on our schedule of events. So we're going to put it out there that before the fireworks, after the fireworks, let's try and fill up the town. There's going to be some restaurants I hear that'll stay open and serve some food. So anyone in the business community downtown that wants to make some dollars from that number of people being in town, then we might as well make that night worthwhile and have some good, economic results from the festival as well. So that's another change that we're doing for this year. So of course, with every good thing, there's a cost. So some of the added costs for this year, like I said, our bands are nearly $300,000 combined cost this year. Our security, there was not a great number of attendees last year, and our security company didn't have a large number of people there. It sufficed for last year, but it's not going to be adequate for this year, so we needed to engage a company that was more used to this type of festival, used to larger festivals. So we have Shadow Security. They do larger festivals in the region as well. But of course, the cost last year was around $14,000 for security. Our cost this year is around $60,000 for security. So it's a different game, right? And hotel. Hotel costs with bigger bands and more people coming to town, obviously prices are gone up. They're gone up all across the board. So our hotel cost for a little bit extra rooms, but not double the rooms, our hotel price is double this year. So yeah, it's nearly double. So we're over $20,000 just in hotel costs. So the total budget for the full 10-day festival, we're around $600,000 this year of a festival that we're throwing. So it's a big pill. We know that we're going to have good ticket sales. We're hoping on that. We know we're heading in the right direction so far. Last year, we tracked ticket sales. We track everything all the way through. Ticket sales as of April 17th last year, we were at 460 total tickets sold, because it's the way that it goes. Everybody waits till the last minute to see if they want to go, weather, all these types of things. So last year we were, again, 460 tickets on April 17th. Today, we're sitting at 4,520 tickets sold. So we're 10 times the amount of tickets sold. So pretty much to summarize, that's where we are with the festival in a nutshell. So the 25,000 that we're asking for, I mean, we're still obviously deep in the red. We are hopeful. I mean, our fundraising now for sponsorships is starting, and we're hopeful that that's going to pan out as well. But every little bit helps, and our hope is to get the $25,000, and we could put that $25,000 towards the fireworks and say that the fireworks is sponsored by the city. Obviously, we would look for one more person because our fireworks, last year our budget for fireworks was 35. We wanted to up it a little bit, so our budget for fireworks this year is 40. We're going with the same format, 2 companies competing against each other. That was really well received last year, and I think everybody enjoyed it. The fireworks was great, and I think there's a little bit more of a desire to win this year. So, you know, for $40,000 fireworks, you probably see a $60,000 display. So we're happy about that one as well. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Do anybody have any questions?
I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So the commercial that you showed, do you have it in French as well?
Yes, of course. It'll be in French and in English.
Okay,
I
so
have the French version here if people wanted to see it.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I might need a little bit of hand because it's only the English one that's up, but they're both loaded. It's okay.
If you give me
First son!
just a second, I'm gonna go back there.
Sure, just let me know when you're ready.
First son! Tout le monde! Savais-tu qu'il y avait 3 pleines soirées de spectacle? T'as entendu parler des journées bare naked ladies? Faut qu'il y ait plus de monde?
Yeah, it's cute.
I snorted. It's an easy one, but I can't breathe anyway. I love the commercial, I really do. How many tickets, would you be able to tell me how many tickets have been sold outside the city? Like not just people within the city? Do you have an estimate of how many from outside?
I could tell you that very shortly. Probably as of Thursday, we have a meeting with NB Explorer, and I just requested that information. The last time we printed it out, I believe was, I think so, January, and we were around 50% out of town.
Out of town?
Out of town. So there's a massive influx of people from away. We're getting emails all the time. That's why we really need to look for dry camping, because there's going to be an influx of people coming in. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if hotels were booked already now. So we have some good positive leads on the dry camping. I believe we're going to need it because it'll be full around here.
With over 4,500 tickets sold, would that be recognized as one of the biggest kind of concerts we're having in the north?
Oh, yeah, actually, it's, we looked into it, and it's a big statement to make, but we don't know of any. It's definitely the largest hospitality days to date, and it looks like it's the largest festival north of Moncton. So we're competing on a different level now, and so far, so good. I mean, we've got good response from everybody. We got good response from the executives from the companies that control Bare Naked Ladies and what's that? Yeah. So no, the response has been very positive.
Good. We do have a question from Councillor Burnett. Yep.
Yep. Sorry. Thank you for your presentation. Congratulations, all the work that you're putting in. Your team must be meeting often. It shows. What's your dates again?
We are from July 12th to 21st.
July 12th to 21st.
Yeah.
That's the same as last year, 12th to 21st?
We pulled it back one extra day. We started on the Saturday last year, but because we wanted to make the fireworks on the Saturday evening to let people enjoy town once the fireworks was done, we moved the block party to the Friday evening. So it'll start on the Friday evening as opposed to the Saturday evening.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And the senior events and the events for young people going on throughout the week?
The whole week.
The whole
Yeah.
week?
I think the last 3 days is more focused around music, although we do have the breakfasts, and there are a few things on the weekend, but the larger events are happening through the week.
Really enjoyed the street entertainment last year. Are you having that again?
The street entertainment's not going to be there this year. We filled it with some other things that I think people will enjoy as well. There was a lot of work to the street entertainment, and unfortunately, I think it's more the larger venues where they can do well. I think you have to hit kind of a criteria of, they work on tips, right?
Yeah.
So it was not feasible for them to come back this year.
But there'll still be things on Main Street, for example, like?
Oh yeah, we have events on Main Street. There's the car show. We've got a few things planned for down there. Another big addition, which is going to be incredible this year, is our horse. We had the horse hall last year, which people really, really enjoyed. I think we're going to get a much larger crowd for it this year.
Okay.
But added to the horse hall, we have a Western barrel racing. Thank you very, very much. We have a Western barrel racing contest. So in the same event, in the same location, on the it's going to be on the Friday night before Friday day before the country concert. So before the Tim Hicks concert, there's going to be a Western barrel racing with all accredited racers throughout the province. I think there's talk of even teams from Quebec or Ontario coming down as well. It's going to be a substantial prize there as well, and it's going to be a sanctioned event. So it's going to the area is going to be all fixed up, and there's going to be real Western barrel racing. So I would expect that area will be jammed full of people. It's going to be a really great show. So that's a new addition for this year.
Thank you very much to you and your committee.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Councillor Anderson.
Thank you. I just wanted to clarify one thing, Mike. When you started off, you said the remaining $25,000 from the hotel levy. I just wanted to make sure because, like, I know we approved $25,000 in
Right.
the budget. Did you receive that funding?
Yes.
And then we given an advance in November of $25,000 to help with booking your bands?
Right.
So the total asked for 2024 $75,000 then?
No. We only received $125,000. When we originally came in, we had asked for 50.
Right.
And then there was talk of it splitting into two 25s.
Right.
We received the first 25, and this is the second visit.
So you didn't receive, like, when the
No.
budget was approved, you didn't receive the
No.
other 25,000? Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify.
Just the first, yeah.
Okay,
In 2024, we didn't receive any money.
okay.
Yeah.
Conseiller Leblanc.
Merci. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Councillor Anderson. That was my first question.
Yeah.
So that's answered. The second one, I was just doing some very, very conservative estimates. I don't know what your numbers have done, but by my conservative estimates, this is going to bring millions into the city.
Guaranteed, guaranteed. Yeah, and we started playing around with those numbers as well, and I can share what I have, but I mean, it's, with something like that, I mean, unless that's your thing, I mean, you can just do what you're, from common sense and from what you think, but it's all perspective,
No,
right?
I just
But
wanted our
I really
citizens
do believe it's going to be in the
to
millions.
realize what you guys are doing and the
Yeah.
work that's being done and what's happening in our city. And as was mentioned earlier, this is happening in Bathurst. It's the largest festival in northern New Brunswick.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty amazing, and you should be proud of that. I know I am anyhow. I'm proud of the work everyone has done, everyone here, everyone in your committee. I know there's
It's
so
a
many
committee.
people involved in
It's
this.
a committee, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge amount of work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And hope
We
the
appreciate
citizens
it very much.
appreciate it also.
Great job to the committee. Okay, so council, I'm going to need a direction from council to see if you are in agreement with the $25,000 So Amy Lynn, Ms. Parker, get everything ready to bring it to the resolution at the next meeting. So just with your card, everyone in favor of giving $25,000 from the tourism hotel levy. This is not taxpayers' dollars. This is tourism hotel levy that is meant for tourism and stuff like that. Councillor Anderson?
Hasn't this already been approved with our budget, 2024 budget?
We still have to come in and ask officially, because when they came, if I'm not mistaken, we were told this still needs to come and be requested.
Really, but it was approved with the budget?
It still needs to go to resolution.
Yeah,
What didn't go to resolution when we approved the budget?
no. Okay. So everyone in favor of giving the $25,000, please raise your yellow card. Keep it raised. All right. Against? None. Perfect.
Thank you very much. Very much
Thank you.
appreciated.
Thank you to all the volunteers. And I've said it, I love Melissa's store, so I always go recycling and buy in her store. And I will be volunteering, so my husband and I that week. So we'll be selling the swags, I think Thursday night at the band. We'll be in the booth, try to
Perfect.
sell some stuff.
Yes.
So give back to the community. Good job.
Her name deserves to be heard. She's definitely the quarterback of this thing.
She is. Great job, everybody, honestly.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. So we get down to business.
Second presentation, revision of zoning provisions relating to parking and multifamily dwellings in the Central Business District by Fall.
Good evening. So tonight, the Planning Department proposed a small amendment to the zoning bylaw concerning zoning provision about parking requirements and the development of apartment buildings in the Central Business District zone in the downtown area. So it's quite simple. So the intent of the rezoning is to correct certain inconsistencies and contradiction in the zoning bylaw that may delay the issuance of building permits for multi-family dwellings. And these amendments are consistent with the intents of the Housing Accelerator Fund. So, bottom line, right now, the zoning requirements for apartment buildings they require 1.5 parking space for each dwelling unit. So if you have, for example, if you have an apartment building of 30 units, 45 parking space will be required. And we feel this is perhaps too many. As you may know, these apartments in apartment building, they are much smaller than a single-family house, which require only one parking space. So for a big house that may have many people living in it, one parking space is required. But for an apartment building, you are required to provide 1.5 parking space per apartment. So it is recommended that this requirement be reduced to one space per dwelling unit. And this is a zoning standard consistent throughout the province. There is also a change proposed. It deals concern the height of apartment building in the Central Business District. So right now we feel that no, the zoning bylaw contains contradictory standards for the height and the floor area ratio of multi-family dwelling in the CBD zone. In one case, the bylaw referred to the standards applicable to multi-family dwellings in R4 zone, so the most permissive zone in Bathurst for apartment is the R4 zone, where a maximum of 32 units is permitted, a maximum height of 7.3 meters, and a floor area ratio of 50%. But elsewhere in the zoning bylaw, it is mentioned that residential building in the CBD zone may have 8 stories and 29.3 meters. So there is a contradiction between those two standards. And sometimes if you're not sure, then you may have to bring it to the PAC for a variance, and that will just add more time to the approval process. So we intend to remove the referral to the R4 zone and keep the second standard that already exists. So just the rezoning bylaw would confirm the second option. So we will remove the contradiction. So that's basically the intent behind those amendments. It's simple, but it may help to expedite the approval process for apartment buildings in Bathurst. So the process, the calendar, so tonight it's a presentation to council, and we will ask you to pass a resolution to initiate the rezoning process and to seek the advice of the Planning Advisory Committee. And as of tonight, there will be a public notice published on the website. So the Planning Committee will meet on April 30th, in 2 weeks from now. So PAC will consider the application. May 3rd is the deadline for written objections, and on May 6th, there will be a public hearing to hear objections, and council may do the readings of the bylaw, and it is expected to adopt the bylaw on May 21st. So that's basically, this is what is proposed in the amendment to the bylaw.
Do we have any questions? Councillor Knowles?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. More of a comment. Seems like most municipalities in the province are building higher now for more density in the downtowns, like not using up as much land per se.
So in the downtown area, you are allowed to have 8 stories. So at this time, if we go too far, then that will require too much research. So that's something when we redo the municipal plan and the zoning bylaw, we may reconsider all those development standards in a comprehensive way. The same thing, for the parking requirement is just one aspect we are reviewing, but when we redo the zoning bylaw, all those standards that deal with parking requirements will be revised, because most municipalities, they have their own standards, and we feel that sometimes the requirements are too high, and the developers has to provide too many parking spaces than is really required. So, but that should be done when we revise the zoning bylaw. So tonight, it will help to address some project in the short term, but what you mentioned is right, but that should be reviewed as part of a comprehensive review of the zoning bylaw when the times come.
Okay, thank you for that.
All right. So if council is okay with this, this will be brought back. Perfect. Merci.
Item number 7.1, accounts payable totals for March 2024. That the accounts payable totals, including payroll, for the month of March 2024 be approved as follows. Operating, $1,305,132. Capital, $271,808. Total, $2,826,241.
All right, so I'll need a mover and a seconder, Councillor Branch, seconded by Councillor Willett. Before we go to the vote, we'll go to Mr. Pettigrew.
Thank you, Your Worship. The following is a summary of payments for the month and for both operating and capital funds for the month of March 2024. Under the capital fund, RH for net received a payment of $225,454 for combined sewer reduction. Roy Consultant Limited received a payment of $46,354 for consulting services on different capital projects. JT All Season Motorsports received a payment of $22,050 for a snowmobile, for a total in the capital fund of $271,808. In the operating fund, Chiller Regional Service Commission received a payment of $141,749 for garbage, recycling, sludge tipping fees, and Q1 service fees. Locality Media received a payment of $22,644 for fire department software. Minister of Finance received a payment of $189,290 for various Minister of Finance payments. Dayforce Canada Limited received a payment of $21,850 for software implementation fees. Robichaud and Burrito Contracteur Limité received a payment of $20,240 for Ward 2 refuse collection. NB Power received a payment of $201,601 for electricity. The Old Post Office received a $20,000 grant for the 2024 grants. Irving Energy received a payment of $50,491 for bulk diesel and oil. Transition Solutions Inc. received a payment of $17,078 for fire services master plan. I don't have my glasses, so I have to move my screen here. Sistema NB received a payment of $15,000 for 2024 grant. WEX Canada received a payment of $14,535 for fuel. Ludar Inc. received a payment of $14,454 for IT server refresh. Capital Food Services received a payment for KCI food supplies of $12,430. Fire Training Associates Limited received a payment of $12,938 for officer leadership training. Other recurring payments of $550,834 include animal control, repair supplies, and promoter settlements, for a total of $1,305,132. Total payroll was $1,249,301 for 4 pay periods, for a total of the month of March of $2,826,241. That's my report, Your Worship.
All right. We have a question from Councillor Burnett.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Thanks for your report. I wonder if we could get an update on the old post office, seeing that we put in $20,000, and find out where they're at. Talking to Deputy Mayor about some of the things that are going on, and maybe the general public should be aware of what's being spent and how it's coming, because it's such an important building on our main street that I'd like to hear what they're doing.
Mr. Pettigrew, if you're okay, we'll go to Deputy Mayor Willett. Yes. Since he sits on the committee.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, the old post office so far, the whole basement has been cleaned up. Everything's been carted away. They have cleaned up. We've removed also the floor that was left up on the first floor. We stripped the floor out of there. They've also now, if you drive by, you'll see NB Power has installed a pole. So the power should be back in the building within the next couple of weeks. And then we're moving ahead. They're going ahead with their fundraising efforts. And as the fundraising efforts go by, they're hoping to probably do the plumbing next and then start working on the outside of the building to make sure that it stops deteriorating. Like they got the roof. The roof was repaired before the winter months, and the flashing on the roof was repaired. There's also work being done, like inside and that. So basically, we got the complete report's been done by Roy's consultant. It had been done a few years back. It was redone again, and funds, now they're applying for funds. They got a business case also. So I'd really like to thank the Rotary and the Kinsman Club that also joined in to do some fundraising. They've joined into the project, and we should have a Chase the Ace starting soon also. So we're teaming up with should be teaming up with the curling club to do a Chase the Ace to try to raise funds also. So there's other things trying to do with the public funding to try to get more done. So the more funds that'll come in, the more work you'll see going on at the building. So hopefully what the committee is hoping for is that the power is back in and that clock is working before long, so that we can light up the clock again. And hospitality days also, we're going to have open houses at hospitality days so that people can come in and see exactly what's going on and what's being done in the old post office. So.
Thanks for that. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Oh, it's not a problem.
I thought that you get a report later another time, but we can see that you're really into it. So thank you very much.
That's a good question, though. It's true. That's good. All right. Any other questions for Mr. Pettigrew? All right, so we'll go to the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Item 8, municipal bylaws. There were none for this meeting. Moving on to draft resolutions. Item 9.1, zoning bylaw amendments relating to parking and multifamily dwellings in the Central Business District, CBD zone, based on what Mr. Buffard just presented. Whereas the City of Bathurst proposes to amend bylaw 2008-01 entitled The City of Bathurst Zoning Bylaw to allow the designation and use of the following land as follows. Modify certain provisions of the zoning bylaw concerning 1. The number of parking spaces required for apartment dwellings, and 2. The height of apartment dwellings in the Central Business District CBD zone. And be it resolved that 1. Bylaws amending the zoning bylaw be drafted for this purpose. 2. The city clerk acting on behalf of City Council see that the public notice prescribed in Section 111 of the Community Planning Act is posted on the municipality's website to announce the council's intention, the day and place for the consideration of objections to the proposed bylaws. 3. City Council requests in writing the written views of the Planning Advisory Committee on the proposed amendments. And 4. Consideration of objections to the proposed bylaws takes place at 6:30 p.m. on May 6, 2024 in council chambers.
All right, I'll need someone to move and someone to second. Moved by Councillor Burnett, second by Councillor LeBlanc. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Oppose? Motion carried.
Item 9.2, renewal of appointments to the Bathurst Aquatic Center Commission. That Francesco Saverio Viglione and Roxanne Perron-Faux be appointed to the Aquatic Center Commission for a second term of office expiring April 2025.
All right, I'll need a mover and seconder. Councillor Burnett, Deputy Mayor Willett, are we ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Oppose? Motion carried.
Item 9.3, Tender T004-24 longitudinal line painting. That tender T004-24 longitudinal line painting be awarded to Four Seasons Sports as a 5-year contract for $50,075 plus tax per year for a total of $250,375 plus tax.
All right, I'll need a mover. Councillor Knowles, seconded by Councillor LeBlanc. Do we have any questions before we go to the question? No? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Oppose? Motion carried.
Item 9.4, tender T005-24 pavement markers. That tender T005-24 pavement markers be awarded to Gloucester Sealer as a 5-year contract for $59,657 plus tax per year for a total of $298,284.99 plus tax.
All right, I'll need a mover and a seconder. Deputy Mayor Willett as a mover, seconded by Councillor Legacy. I'll go to Mr. Pettigrew before we go to the vote because I should have done that to 9.3 as well. Mr. Pettigrew?
Thank you, Your Worship. We'll have our city engineer, Mr. Abernathy, discuss the longitudinal line painting and the line markings as well, pavement markings.
Mr. Abernathy?
No problem. Thank you, Your Worship. So the longitudinal line painting is all of your center lines and side lines and outer rims of the hash marks on most streets, mostly the collector streets and main arteries. There's a completion date of July 15th. However, the contractor very much works based on weather and temperatures, so they typically don't start until we do get consistent weather above 10 degrees at nighttime. And they do multiple municipalities based on weather as well. So our completion date is the 15th. Unfortunately, I won't be able to say when they'll get started. They typically just show up whenever they're making their way here. But again, completion date of the 15th of July. Similar situation for the line marking. Now that's mostly at intersections. It's anything that isn't the longitudinal line, obviously, so crosswalks, parking stalls, various parking lots throughout the city. Again, completion date of July 15th. The progress on that is significantly longer, however. It would probably take somewhere anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks to complete that project, so they should be getting started a little bit earlier than the longitudinal lines. We'll certainly be keeping track of that. Both contracts are 5-year contracts. That was put in place in order to stabilize the price a little bit and get a better idea of what we're looking at in the future. Cities certainly always investigating ways to do things cheaper, so there is an opt-out clause after 3 years if we do decide to go in a different direction on either of those contracts.
All right, do we have any questions? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Item 9.5, P 2010-01, Policy on the Use of Global Positioning Systems. Whereas the City of Bathurst is dedicated to the health and safety of its employees, as well as the efficient use and maintenance of all its vehicles, and whereas the use of GPS is a valuable tool to promote safer driving habits and alleviate risks associated with the use of City Bathurst vehicles, be it therefore resolved that members of council approve the modification of Policy P 2010-01, Policy on the Use of Global Positioning Systems, as attached hereto.
All right, I'll need a mover and a seconder. A move by Councillor Legacy, seconded by Councillor Branch. Ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Oppose. Motion carried. Getting worse.
Items 9.6, items discussed in camera. 9.6.1, License Agreement, East Coast Adventure Co. That council members approve the license agreement between East Coast Adventure Co. and the City of Bathurst as discussed in camera on February 12, 2024 pursuant to Section 68 of the Local Governance Act, and that the mayor and the city clerk be authorized to sign all related documents on behalf of the city.
All right, and I'll need someone to move and someone to second. Moved by Councillor LeBlanc, seconded by Councillor Legacy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Item 9.6.2, License Agreement, 235 Dumaresque Street. That council members approve the license agreement between Edward Jackson and Tammy Marlene Hughes, and that the City of Bathurst, as discussed in camera on April 2nd, 2024, pursuant to Section 68 of the Local Governance Act, and that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to sign all related documents on behalf of the city.
I need a mover, seconder. Councillor Branch moved. Deputy Mayor Willett second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Oppose? Motion carried.
Item 9.6.3, Sale of Land, 905 Riverside Drive. That council approves the sale of a parcel of land located at 905 Riverside Drive, property identification number 206-19842 to Mrs. Giselle Legacy, in the amount of $1 plus applicable tax to be deposited in the General Capital Fund Reserve. The purchaser will be responsible for all legal, subdivision, and registration fees as discussed in camera on April 2nd, 2024, under Section 68 of the Local Governance Act, and that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to sign all related documents on behalf of the city.
May I have a mover and a seconder? Councillor LeBlanc, I need a seconder. Councillor Hondas. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Oppose? Motion carried.
Moving on to item 10, items for information. There were no reports from administration. 10.2, reports from committees. We will start with Union of Municipalities of New Brunswick by Councillor LeBlanc.
Merci beaucoup. Bonsoir, Madame la mairesse, collègues, conseillers citoyens. Durant la fin de semaine du 22 mars, j'ai eu le privilège et le plaisir d'assister à ma première réunion de l'Union des municipalités du Nouveau-Brunswick. Cette réunion faisait suite à la réunion précédente tenue les 20 et 21 mars pour discuter du budget provincial auquel Madame la mairesse ainsi que les conseillers Knowles, Brunet et le maire adjoint Willett étaient présents. Au cours de cette réunion, nous avons accueilli quelques nouveaux membres à l'UMNB. Nous avons discuté des objectifs et des besoins municipaux tels que le logement, l'itinérance, les mandats élargis de la RSC, l'infrastructure municipale, j'aurais pu dire la CSR plutôt tantôt, la réforme de la gouvernance locale, les coûts du fonds des routes désignées, etc., ainsi que des stratégies sur la façon d'atteindre ces objectifs dans l'avenir. Nous avons discuté de la fusion des 8 villes, dont l'Union des municipalités du Nouveau-Brunswick, en tant que caucus ou sous-comité distinct. Cela donne à l'UMNB une voix beaucoup plus forte à la table des négociations. Il y a eu également des discussions sur la façon d'avoir une meilleure collaboration avec le gouvernement provincial et fédéral. De nombreuses municipalités comme nous ici à Bathurst, ont reçu la subvention de l'initiative de logement et elle a été très bien accueillie et appréciée. Mais comme vous le savez, ce ne sont pas toutes les municipalités qui ont reçu ces subventions ou la subvention fédérale pour le logement. Et nous avons tous convenu qu'une plus grande transparence dans le processus sera appréciée à l'avenir. D'après mes premières impressions, il semble certainement qu'il est très bénéfique pour Bathurst d'avoir un siège à la table de l'UMNB et je serai fier de représenter notre belle ville pour l'année 2024. Merci.
Merci.
Item 10.2.2, Arts and Culture by Councillor Brunette.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Thanks, Amy. The arts have been very busy in Bathurst and will continue to be so throughout the year. The local Art Society met recently, and there will be an opening of the gallery in early May. As a matter of fact, it's May the 11th is the date that the gallery will be open, have an official opening. As well, the Gary Gress exhibit is now on at the gallery with some very interesting, unique works. I said to him on the weekend, it looks like right out of the Jeffersons, you know, some of the uniqueness of this exhibit. And it will be on again this Thursday and until the 27th. So it's a really unique exhibit, something worthwhile visiting. The local Legion will be unveiling murals on its building in early May. A 10-foot high one of Herman J. Good, BC, will be among those attached to the exterior of the Legion, now located in East Bathurst on Bridge Street, and doing very well, I might add, too. There's a lot of activity at the Legion now. The local artist group did a fantastic job on these murals, and I look forward to see them on the side of the building. I saw them as they were being developed and painted, and they're wonderful. As well, there was a nice art exhibit at City Hall going up the stairway, too. In the performing arts sector, a fantastic music festival just wrapped up, and because of so much local talent and many great volunteers, it was larger than last year and well attended, very entertaining. I was talking to some of the judges and that, and they couldn't get over the talent that we have in our community. Just fantastic. It should also be noted that the community band under Alistair Tulloch now has a beginners group of over 30 people playing in that band, and also an advanced group where there's over 40 in the advanced group. So there's lots going on in the performing arts. As well, the Bathurst High School will be putting on a musical very soon, and I think that's Godspell on April the 18th to 20th. And it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun and really, really good entertainment. So if you're looking for something to do on the 18th and 20th, that's being put on at Bathurst High School. There is so much going on in Bathurst, I probably missed something, but I'll keep trying to find this information out for council and for the general public. So to those I missed, my apologies. I hope to get you next time. Thank you.
Councillor Burnett, do you want to talk about Systema? I know yourself and Deputy Mayor Willett attended last week.
Yes, Deputy Mayor and I and my wife Joan went to the concert in Beresford or Bell Bay on Wednesday night or Wednesday afternoon, and we saw the performance of a lifetime by children from kindergarten to grade 3. You should have seen there was over 14 of them there, and they all had a violin, and they just didn't squeak and squawk. They played, and they played well, and they played about 10 pieces. I couldn't get over. They learned in about 4 months. So Deputy Mayor looked at me and he said, "Money well spent, isn't it?" And when you look down and see those young entertainers there on the stage and at the microphone, it certainly was. It was a great little concert. Look forward to the next one.
Imagine what they've accomplished in 4 months. That's very impressive. Well, money well spent.
Item 10.3, report from the mayor. In order to save her voice a little bit, we'll go to Councillor Legacy.
Merci, Madame Parker. C'est juste pour faire un petit rappel du ce vendredi, le 19 avril, c'est le déjeuner de l'abbé. C'est 10 $ pour un billet. Tu peux acheter ça aux tous les restaurants participants ou des étudiants du ESN ou BHS. Et toute l'information, tu peux trouver ça sur Facebook. Just to do a quick reminder to everyone, this Friday is the Bay Breakfast organized by Coaction. It's $10 a ticket, available at the restaurants or sold by students of BHS and ESN. All the information of the participating restaurants and their menus can be found on Facebook.
Coaction is the student council that was put forward last year, for this year. Donc, Coaction, c'est le groupe pour les jeunes de ESN et BHS qui a été créé à l'Hôtel de Ville. It's nice to see that they're bringing it back. Bravo. Great job on that committee.
Thank you. Item 10.3.1, Proclamation Earth Day 2024. Again, I will read the beginning of this to save her voice a little bit. Whereas Earth Day is celebrated on April 22nd each year and is a key time to unite our community and make a positive impact on the environment, and whereas Earth Day is known as the movement to change the business climate, political climate, and how we take action on climate change. And whereas climate change is being observed and experienced at an increasingly local level and needs to be taken seriously. And whereas local levels of government are finding themselves at the front line of the battle against climate change. And whereas the mounting environmental challenges that we are facing will require our town and cities to take a leading role in the fight for a more sustainable world.
À ces causes, sachez que je, Kim Chamberlain, maire de la ville de Bathurst, proclame le 22 avril 2024 comme jour de la Terre dans la ville de Bathurst et encourage tous les résidents à en apprendre davantage et à comprendre leur rôle dans la lutte contre les changements climatiques et à avoir un impact positif sur l'environnement lors du jour de la Terre et tous les jours.
And we are going to the adjournment. That the regular public meeting be adjourned at 7:26 p.m.
All right, I'll need a mover. Councillor LeBlanc, seconded by Councillor Branch. Ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Bonne soirée à tous. Have a great evening, everyone. We will take a 2-minute break and we'll resume right away.